Some of our walking group took a little trip up to Glen Nevis. Here's a photograph here. We walked up the glen, well, we left Fort William, drove up to the end of the glen, then we walked up towards Steall Falls. It's the third highest waterfall in Scotland. Here's a photograph of it here. We then continued walking up following the Nevis water until we came to ruins known as the Steall ruins, just below another burn that cascades down the hill. Here we carried on further up the glen, heading towards Binnenbeag, where we stopped underneath Binnenbeag and we had our lunch. You can see it here in the 3D animation here in the distance. Up below there we had a lovely lunch with beautiful views all round. The hills were all well snow-capped. Here's where we had our lunch, and this is a photo of us at lunch with Binnenbeag in the background. We then turned round and came back down the glen following the water of Nevis, back down towards the falls, and down at the waterfall there's actually a wire rope bridge that crosses the water of Nevis over to a climbing hut over there below the falls, and some of us had a little go at crossing over on the wire bridge. Shortly you'll see a photo of my wife Ellen having a go on the bridge. Here she is with the falls in the background. We then continued on back down to the gorge where Nevis water is forced between some big rocks and it spouts out the other side, quite dramatic. Lastly, back round through the gorge and then heading back to the car park that you can see here marked on a 3D animation, where we all piled back into the cars, then back down the road for a well-earned pint. That's all.